Business in the 217, talking with Springfield Business Journal, the publisher, Michelle Ownbey. Michelle, thanks for taking time with us here on the WMAY Morning News Feed each and every Wednesday to highlight what's going on in the business community. Of course, a lot of movement with things opening up more. Restaurants are allowed to have 50% capacity. And we even have some restaurants that are opening up new spaces altogether. Tell us about Jerk Shop Go.
Yeah, it's always nice to see an expansion, especially in the midst of so many challenges for restaurants lately. But we first profiled Jerk Shop Go last year. They opened a location downtown in the former Taste of Jamaica space there on South 5th Street. Actually, I think they opened on March 11th, so incredibly bad timing, about a week before everything got shut down. But the good thing is that downtown space was already set up for primarily a takeout business. So from that standpoint, they were able to keep things going. And now they are opening up a second location in the mall food court. And we were talking off air, the owner, Khadijah Berkeley, has kind of an interesting backstory. She is a triplet. She and her sisters grew up in a family-owned restaurant business, and then when the three of them were at college at Eastern Illinois University, they actually opened up a location there close to campus. And after she graduated and moved to Springfield, then she ended up opening the Jerk Shop Go downtown. So always nice to see a young entrepreneur, and it seems like things are going well for her as she's already doing her first expansion.
It's exciting that a young entrepreneur is choosing downtown Springfield and even the mall as a location to expand their business right here in the capital city. So that's exciting stuff. And also, I'd love to be able to connect with them because being able to open a restaurant while you're going to college is, I can imagine, quite the feat.
Right.
Maybe some of their stories they could help inspire other young entrepreneurs and how to advance their goals and their desires. We've also got a vacant building that it's been vacant for months now. Pretty awesome location, if you ask me. Right there on the corner of what is that? Stanford and MacArthur. It's the old Show Me's location. That's actually going to get some new life.
Yes, that building sold last month. Jinming Wu, who owns Hibachi Grill, which is located not too far down the road in Town and Country Shopping Center, has purchased that building. And there's a sign on it that says, "Coming soon, Ocean's Crab." I have not been able to get in touch with him directly to find out a projected opening date, but there is a building permit on file with the city. Looks like they've already started some interior renovations, so things seem to be moving along there. No word on whether he plans to keep the Hibachi Grill as well, or whether he's maybe shifting business models to a different style of restaurant. But as you said, it's always good to see a vacant building coming back to life, so we wish him well with those plans.
Yeah, it's not necessarily something we had teed up, but how big of a problem is the vacancy issue in Springfield? And do we see trends going one way or the other?
On the commercial side, I mean, we definitely see a lot of these, especially larger spaces, sitting vacant for some time. That was, in fact, one of the articles in the current issue of the Business Journal focused on some of these large sites. If you think about it, we've got Benedictine, we've got the Vinegar Hill Mall complex, of course, Pillsbury. Those are very challenging properties to redevelop and reuse. The smaller properties like the former restaurants and offices and all that, a little bit easier to repurpose. But unfortunately, we just see a lot of shifting around, but not necessarily enough new companies coming to town to backfill all of those vacant spaces.
Yeah, but when we do see a vacant space being reinvented by a new entrepreneur, it's always promising. And we do have that same scenario happening this time in a different type of venture. Tell us about the former Adventure Dive and Travel building.
Right. Some people may remember, I think the business operated for about 25 years and was certainly very unique. Adventure Dive and Travel used to do the scuba dive training and all that. In their space over there on Stanton Avenue. And they closed down during the pandemic because, of course, with people basically stopping travel, that was the bulk of their business. And the building ended up going up for auction last fall. And the woman who purchased it, her name is Lisa Hiley. She's already a small business owner. She and her brother operate Bill Matthews Auto Body, the business that their father started. She said when she bought it at auction, she really had no idea what she was going to do with it. It was just too good of a deal to pass up. but she has now turned it into an event rental space. And of course, there's a swimming pool in the building from where they used to do the scuba lessons. So they're also offering private swim lessons and private pool parties, and her son is serving as the lifeguard and swim instructor for those. So again, good to see a small business owner taking off in another entrepreneurial direction.
Absolutely. And it's right here with the Springfield Business Journal. Michelle Ownbey, publisher of the Springfield Business Journal, joining us on the WMAY morning news feed. It's always good to see collaboration with all of the different organizations in Springfield, including whenever the Springfield Business Journal can hook up with Downtown Springfield Incorporated. You've got a dynamic team there. Tell us about a book review that Lisa Clemens-Stott has put together for the Springfield Business Journal.
Well, in the current issue, she wrote a review of a book called Strong Towns, and I have to say I'd never heard of it before, but after reading her book review, I did go out and buy the book, and I'm now about halfway through it. Really the thing that I like about it, and I think she did as well, is that it kind of breaks things down into small, manageable steps. A lot of times we talk about these challenges of redevelopment and how, Springfield, like many other municipalities, is struggling with some financial issues right now. How do we get our cities and towns back to prosperity? How do we redevelop some of these vacant sites? How do we repurpose the older parts of our town and address urban sprawl? And sometimes it feels a little helpless, right? If you're not an elected official, if you're not somebody in a position that's making those big picture decisions. But this book is really kind of geared towards what I'm going to call citizen activists, people that are interested in helping to make these small incremental changes. And DSI got together, just a handful of interested folks last fall. They put together a book club that's turned into an ongoing working group. And so now there's actually a virtual series that starts later this week. And DSI has some discount codes available for people who want to take part in that. So whether you're interested in reading the book or participating in the online forum, if these are issues that you feel passionately about or would even just like to educate yourself a little bit more, I would definitely recommend checking out the Strong Town series.
Springfield Business Journal publisher Michelle Ownbey joining us here on Business in the 217 with the WMAY morning news feed. Michelle, tell us where people can find the Springfield Business Journal.
You can go online to springfieldbusinessjournal.com and, of course, sign up for the print edition to get that delivered to your home or office every month. You can preview some of the articles online, including the book review that I just mentioned and details about how to sign up for that online series. And, of course, you can also sign up for Biz Bites, which is our weekly newsletter, and that is free of charge to your inbox every Wednesday with a roundup of what's happening around town.
So definitely take advantage of that. The Springfield Business Journal, giving you all the information you need to know of what's going on with the business community in the greater Springfield area. Michelle Ownbey, publisher of the Springfield Business Journal, here with the WMAY morning news feed and Business in the 217. Have a great week.